start with a slip knot, insert your hook and chain 5. Go back to the first chain, insert your hook through it and slip stitch so you can form a ring. Into that ring, we'll start with chain 2 and then holding your tail alongside the ring, you can trap it inside the stitches so you don't have to weave it in. And then we do 1 double crochet here and then we chain 1 and we keep repeating the same 2 double crochets and chain 1 for a total of 6 clusters. So we did here 2 double crochets and then we chain 1 and we do again 2 double crochets and chain 1. Once you reach the end of the round, we'll chain 1, we'll turn and we'll go into that cluster and we'll do a single crochet and then we'll chain 2. This will count as a double crochet and into the same space we'll do another double crochet. And here we have those side clusters going up. Into the chain space we will do chain 1, a double crochet, and into that chain space chain 1 and we are having again another cluster here. We'll do 2 double crochets into that cluster. So each cluster with double crochets will get double crochets and in between the clusters we'll have double crochets with a chain space. So we have chain 1, into the chain space from the previous row we'll have a double crochet, we'll have chain 1 and then we have a cluster again. We have 2 double crochets here and then chain 1, into the chain space we have a double crochet and chain 1 and again we have 2 double crochets into the cluster and then chain 1 and here we turn again. We will be turning our shawl back and forth so both sides are exactly the same. We turn and we chain 1 or you can chain 1 and turn. We're gonna go back into the double crochet cluster and then we'll do a single crochet and then chain 2, a double crochet into the same spot and then we are moving to the spaces with chains and double crochets. Into the chain space here we'll do chain 1, double crochet, then chain 1 again. We're gonna go into the next chain space with a double crochet and chain 1 and then we are again into the cluster. We'll have 2 double crochets and then chain 1. We are going into the chain spaces again, a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet to the chain space, chain 1. You can tell from one chain space we got 2 chain spaces, now we got 3 chain spaces and this how they'll increase and grow bigger and bigger and bigger. We have chain 1 and a double crochet, chain 1, we go into the chain space, chain 1 and again into the clusters, once you get into the rhythm it grows so fast and you cannot wait to start the new color. It was so much fun using this yarn. Chain 1 and you can find the links in the description below and most of those links are affiliate links so I really appreciate if you use them. And then we have the side again with 2 double crochets and now you can turn and chain 1 and into the cluster we'll do a single crochet here, so we can make those little tiny bumps here, and then chain 2, 1 double crochet into the same spot. And now we're gonna go again between the clusters into those chain spaces. So we have chain 1, into the chain space we do 1 double crochet, chain 1, into the chain space we do 1 double crochet, chain 1, and again we have one more space here, chain 1 and double crochet and chain 1. And now we have 4 chain spaces. So we're gonna go into them, double crochet here, and when you look back, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 chain spaces. And this grows bigger and bigger and bigger. And let's do the edging. That side here, the 1 single crochet we had at the beginning of each row, created that little scallop here that I liked a lot. It looks like dragon scales to me. So once we reach the end, each of our chain spaces will get 2 single crochets. 1, 2. Then we go into the next chain space with 2 single crochets, and we'll do that for 3 chain spaces. So another 2 double crochets here. The next one will be with 1 single crochet, chain 3, and into the same chain space we'll do another single crochet. And that's how we're gonna do it. Every 4th square we'll get a little picot here. And then again we have 3 little chain spaces that will have 2 double crochets. And if you don't have enough to make 3, it's okay if you have like 2 in between them once you're getting till the end. So do not stress too much. You don't have to count how many you have, you just eyeball it. And we have 3 here. Let's see if we have enough till the end. Again, chain 3, and into the same chain space you do another single crochet, and then we have 3 more squares till we reach the last cluster of 2. I like this edge because it's not that overwhelming and it doesn't take too much yarn. So once we reach the end, and I did the same at the beginning, we'll just do 1 picot into that end. So make sure you just match the beginning and end. And if at some places you have 2 squares or 4 squares between your picots, it's not a big deal. And then we're gonna go into that last cluster with single crochet, chain 3, and another single crochet here, and we are done. And I have so little left. This is how much I have left from the whole cake. And then I'll weave in the end. And that's all, my little dragon shawl. When you start weaving in, when you go through the few stitches here, in the base especially of your granny clusters, pick one little stitch and do a chain. And then weave in that chain through your stitches. This will make it really, really secure. And then you'll cut the end off. And you'll do the same thing at the beginning and weave in your ends. And you don't have any other ends because they're all they're incorporated into the yarn. I used one big cake for this shawl, and these are the colors. From the center to the outside of the shawl is 20 inches, and from side to side the whole shawl is 40 inches. Happy crocheting, but subscribe first.